talk about it. Couple topics we want to ask. First and foremost, is sleep divorce really good for healthy relationships, especially healthy marriages? Have you ever heard of sleep divorce? We're going to break that down. And how should we repay people who have been wrongfully convicted of a crime and served that time? And by we, I mean the government and the system that put them in there. We're going to talk about all that: music, sports, movies, all that coming up. You kicking it with KC. Let's go. Popular topics, pop tops that may or may not be talked about in the news. Yours truly, KC, MC, a decade in radio experience, all that other good stuff. This first topic is coming from BusinessInsider.com. Actor Cameron Diaz expressed a strong opinion advocating for separate bedrooms and relationships, stating this should be normalized. Diaz, married to good Charlotte guitarist Benji Madden since 2015, shared her experience for individual sleeping spaces on a recent podcast episode. She suggested having separate bedrooms, but a shared space for those intimate moments. Diaz's husband, or I should say Diaz, acknowledged holding this belief even before her marriage to her current husband. A survey from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine indicated that over a third of American couples sleep in separate beds, with experts noting potential benefits for individuality and space, although it may impact intimacy and emotional closeness. Celebrities like Carson Daly has also openly discussed the concept of a, quote, sleep divorce. That's what we're talking about. Sounds weird, but this was actually normalized in the early days of American. Like on television, you would see the husband and wife sleeping in different beds, if not different rooms. So this concept of us sleeping together is a new Americanized way, new, relevantly speaking, Americanized way of doing it. So they're saying sleeping in separate, not just separate beds, but separate rooms is the way to go. I gotta say, I kind of like this. I'm gonna be honest. I got a 2-bedroom, me, my girl, my son here, right? Now, I love at night. I tell my girl, I love when we get to sleep together at night. It's my favorite part of the day, sleeping with my family. But that bed ain't big enough. Not only does my son sleep well, my girl does too. I'm gonna need a bed as big as Shaq's bed in order to really have some space. So oftentimes I'll leave in the middle of the night and go to the other room and peacefully sleep in another bed. Peacefully. So I say I kind of believe that, dog. To a certain degree, I agree with sleep divorce actually being healthy. My girl sleeps well. I ain't gonna lie. I snore. Sometimes she don't want to hear that. So sometimes she'll go into the other room. Or maybe I just want to rub one out and then sleep right afterwards without having to move and nothing right there. And I just want to lay out right there. I can do that in another room, another bedroom. I'm just keeping it 1,000. So sleep divorce, whatever we want to call it, I'm rocking with it though. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show 313-466-4386. I got another topic, so we're going to talk about this real quick. How do we repay people who have been wrongfully convicted? And by we, I really mean the government and the system. This is coming from APnews.com. Oklahoma County District Judge Amy Palumbo has declared Glenn Simmons innocent, making him the longest serving U.S. inmate to be exonerated after spending nearly 50 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. Released in July due to evidence not shared with his defense, Simmons' innocence was affirmed by the judge, noting that offense was not committed by him. Prosecutors failed to disclose crucial evidence, including a police report suggesting other suspects. While Simmons is eligible for up to $175,000 in state compensation, a federal lawsuit against Oklahoma City and law enforcement is possible, although compensation could take years to receive. What about getting the short end of the stick? This is a slap in the face. You served, I think they said 48 years, like 10 months, 18 days, something crazy like that. We got the description, link to the description in our bio, in the description. But it's crazy. I saw this. I say 50 years in a prison. They just so happen to see the evidence 48, almost 50 years later, and now you want to let me out, leave a press conference talking about we're sorry, and give me $175,000. and leave me to have to sue to get anything more than that. The disrespect. Now, I get it. When someone commits a crime, I want them locked up. If you guilty, lock them up or do whatever punishment that you deserve for that. I'm not one of these type of people that be like, free thugger, free them, free this. No. Did they do the crime? Oh, so let them sit in that jail. Because I guarantee if you or your peoples were a victim of that crime, you would want them locked up too, or you would want your vengeance. Nonetheless, if you doing a crime, get locked up. If they find out that you didn't do the crime, it should be the ultimate payback from the government and the system. Just like they would come down hard on you, Pauls. I'm talking about no more taxes. You pay no taxes for the rest of your life. Your kids, for as long as you serve, that's how long you and your generation, your family go without paying any taxes, no income, no state, no property, no tax. You get free schooling, and you should walk out with $1 million for each year you serve. And that should all come from these privatized prisons. If they're the state fund, government funded, okay, it is what it is. It might have to come out of state people bread. We wasting money on other stuff before that's way worse. But that's just me. I think we really owe it, or the government really owes it to people who are wrongfully convicted of these crimes. Same thing in Boston, as a matter of fact. Mayor Wu, she out there making a press conference apologizing for exonerating 2 men committed a crime in 1989, found out they didn't commit the crime. But I didn't like that the black family was sitting there happy, like as soon as she apologized, they snapping their fingers, clapping. An apology, bro? 1989, I've been locked up. I ain't getting out to the 2020s. Are you kidding me? An apology? They were just too forgiving to me. Now, I get it. I wouldn't be angry at Michelle Wu because she wasn't the mayor of Boston in 1989. That was Mayor Raymond Flynn from 1984 to I think 1993, if I'm not mistaken. He was the mayor. He let that fly, along with the police department and the sheriffs. So this is an example of cities, institutions, municipalities, governments, people in certain positions of authority at these establishments are coming out and saying, oh yeah, we know we did wrong. We found the evidence, or we already knew the evidence, but we just want to apologize for the free labor that we got from, you know what, let me stop. But anyway, I think the justice system owe it to these people. They shouldn't have to pay no taxes, and they should get some money. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. We spent too long on that. Let's keep going. Now we're going to talk about music in the audio audit. Let's go. So we listened to an R&B project. When the last time you heard something from Omarion? Average person be like, Omarion don't put nothing out. These artists still put out music. Omarion dropped the project Full Circle Sonic Book 2. Listen to this on YouTube Music, no endorsement. 12 tracks, 36 minutes, just within my 30 to 45 minute range that I can actually appreciate, take serious. So I haven't necessarily listened to an Omarion project straight through, so this is my first time. 12 tracks, 3 songs stood out to me in an okay way, like they were mediocre. The Usual, Ice Cream featuring his brother Orion, and 2 Sides. Only songs that stood out. They were decent songs. The other songs were probably like average, like probably just below average. It wasn't horrible music. It wasn't bad. But it just wasn't like, no replay value for me whatsoever. Those 3 songs just stood out to me. All respect to Omarion. He has put out some bops that I vibe to and that I respect. But Full Circle, Sonic Book 2, I didn't hear too much of that from there. But that's just me personally. Let me know what you think about Omarion as an artist, about Full Circle, Sonic Book 2 as a project, or about any other artist you think we should do an audio audit on. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call them to the show, 313-466, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we also listened to another project too. Let me put that on the screen. It's the least I could do for you. We listened to another project. This was on the hip-hop side, of course. We listened to long title. This is from Bass. It's called We Only Talk Real-ish. Talk about real-ish when we're effed up. You doing too much, bro. Listen to this on YouTube Music, no endorsement. 17 tracks, 51 music, just outside my 30 to 45 minute range. If it's less than 30, I don't take it serious as a project. If it's more than 45, we all get bored. 51 minutes, you were starting to lose me. I'm not gonna lie, Bass. 17 tracks. 5 tracks stood out to me. That's almost a third. I'll probably say maybe 1 or 2 other tracks was decent, so I'll give it about a third. Light of My Soul, which is the first track on there, that was pretty decent, nice flow. Choppers, Home Alone featuring J. Cole, that was pretty decent. J. Cole been on a feature run lately. 179 Delhi featuring AJ Tracy, who I believe is an overseas British rapper or something like that, UK rapper. And then Dr. Oblivion was probably the nicest track on there. Dr. Oblivion was like one of the last tracks on the project. That was hard, pause. So like I said, about 5 tracks that, you know, I can name. Another 1 or 2 that I can't even think of that was maybe straight out of 17. My advice is always cut the number down. Do about 11, 12. No more than 11, 12 tracks on your project nowadays. Make it between 30, 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, rock out. Put out your best. But this was straight to me. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think about Bass as an artist. Or we only talk about real issue when we're effed up as a project. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. Oh yeah, I did watch a movie. Let's talk about it. In scenes I saw / scorn stream. Nah, I mean, let me take a sip of my drink. Watch the movie called Fool's Paradise on Hulu. No endorsement. Hour 38 minutes. This is a comedy. Now starring Charlie Day. I don't know if you know who he is. He's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's done a few other things. Pretty funny white dude if you ask me. Ray Liotta is in it. Couple other white people you probably may or may not know about. I'm talking about my black audience. Down on his luck, publicist discovers a former mental health patient who looks just like a misbehaving movie star. He soon becomes an unlikely celebrity when he gets thrown into bright lights and behind the scenes bustle of Hollywood. So Charlie Day basically plays this mute. Now the doctor states that he's clinically not a mute or he's not deaf, so he can hear and speak, he just doesn't. So he's easily manipulated. So anyway, long story short, he looks like a movie star. They pick him up off the street. It's like a satire of the lifestyle or the lifetime timeline of the average movie star who gets big real quick and then goes away, right? So it talks about him getting picked up from off the streets. He ended up being in some movies, big movie star, hanging around a bunch of movie stars and celebrities, doing a bunch of crazy stuff that the celebrities do, fall in love, fall out of love, then end up hitting rock bottom, being criticized, and doing like the most nastiest stuff for money. Like it was, I appreciated it for the intent, the concept. I ain't gonna say I laughed, but I understand the parts where it was funny. I appreciated this movie. No replay value. Or maybe I would. I don't know. It was some things in there I feel like you can actually learn about Hollywood behind the scenes and just that type of lifestyle and that world and that culture. But you can't take it too serious, obviously, because it's a comedy and it's a movie. But nonetheless, it's a pretty decent movie. Fool's Paradise. I would recommend it. Low key. I probably will watch this again. I ain't gonna lie. Fool's Paradise on Hulu. Let me know what you think if you watched it. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. Come on, man. Let's talk about sports, baby. Huh? From the stands of a sports fan, my man, Pots and Pans. Let's get into it. Look. NBA. We starting off NBA real quick. Steph Curry had his first night in like 268 games where he did not hit a three-pointer. He went 0 from 8 from three-point line against the Trailblazers. This was a couple nights ago. So his streak of 268 straight games with at least one three-point made has been stopped. He had the longest in NBA history. But he did get that going again when the Warriors hosted the Celtics. They ended up winning at the crib, 132-128. Got a couple threes off there. They went to overtime. It was a real good game, man. Jaylen Brown, 28 points. Jason Tatum didn't really show up. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Derek White on the Celtics went off. 39-7-3. Wow. Curry, 33-3-6. Clay, 24-4-4. Shooters. That's what you expect. So that was a pretty decent game. Can we talk about the real game? Hey y'all, the kid is back. Hova stepped on the court. His return after being suspended 25 games. The Memphis Grizzlies were on the road playing the Pelicans. They ended up winning. Ja Morant came through the lane. Boom, boom, spin. Kill him. I watched the whole game. Ja Morant showed up, 34 points. Was it 8 rebounds, 6 assists, or 6 rebounds, 8 assists? Don't matter. He went off, man. A lot of people were anticipating like 40, 50. I didn't see all that, but I could see this being reasonable, man. So Memphis snapped the 5-game losing streak. Ja Morant scores the most points in his debut return by any player who took more than 25 or more games. One of them random facts they like to spread. I don't care. It's just hype. But anyway, hey, man, great game with Ja Morant. Happy to have him back, bringing a lot of excitement. And obviously, it's only one game, but bringing a lot to the Memphis Grizzlies, too. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call them to the show, 313-466-4386. We talking about football now. Come on, y'all. Week 15 wrapped up. Ravens hosted the Jaguars. This was late Sunday. They beat them 23-7. Ravens been on a roll like butter, baby, or tissue. Monday Night Football. Eagles took a L to Seattle. Whoa. They are now 10-4, lined up with the Lions. I love it, bro. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, it was a good game, but Eagles defense just got exposed. They just got exposed, and on some last-minute stuff, you know. Jalen Hurts had a decent game, but less than 2 minutes, Drew Lock showed up, get a drive down the field with a field goal to win. Oh, man, what an interesting move. It was a movie. But the Eagles, I still don't want to I don't want to talk mess like the Eagles aren't a good team or aren't one of the best teams, obviously, in the NFC. But what I will say is, like I said, they're getting exposed. This is what they need. They need this to work on. I'm not an Eagles fan. Trust me. I like Jalen Hurts. I've been saying that. I like Jalen Hurts. But, you know, they just got some things they got to work on. I would love to see Jalen Hurts with a Super Bowl. Not going to lie. Love to see him with a Super Bowl. But other than that, my Lions doing their thing. Rolled over the Broncos. Where that's at? I ain't got it on here. Man, like 42-17 at the crib on Saturday, man. Stop playing with me, man. We 10-4 now, bro. Let's go. What's up? They already charging the prices for next season ticket holders. The price went crazy already. Just because they doing good and basically already in the playoffs. So, man, it's crazy how it's going on, but I'm die-hard Honolulu Blue. Let's go. My son already feeling it in his veins, man. So, my Lions doing their thing, man. I'm only expecting them to show up and show out going forward. As a matter of fact, let's just talk about quick couple games ending the season for the Lions. Give me a second, right? So, the Lions, it's like 3 games left. We're in the last couple games. And, excuse me, let's figure this out. All right, last couple games we got Vikings, Sunday, December 24th, Cowboys, December 30th, and then the Vikings again to end the season. Vikings been doing pretty decent, but they got a backup quarterback, Josh Dobbs or something, I believe. Decent. I like him as a guy. You know, I don't know him personally, pause, but you know, other than that, these should be some wins on paper. Like theoretically, these should be 2 wins. Now, I know we took an L to Chicago, even though we won 1, we lost 1. Same thing with Green Bay, if I'm not mistaken. 1, lost 1. It's usually like that with games within your conference. If we walked away with that, I wouldn't be mad. I think I predicted about 4 or 5 losses this season, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, that Cowboys game going to be interesting. But I'm ready to embarrass Dak Prescott. The Lions need revenge against the Cowboys just for them being on the whole shit they've been on. Period. Like, I don't like that their colors are similar to ours. I don't like the different trades that happen around the Barry Sanders and Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith time era. I don't like how all of that happened, and basically, like, I don't like none of that. I don't like how we got cheated by the refs with them in the last couple. I don't like none of that. We embarrassed the Cowboys. We embarrassed the Cowboys. I'm predicting that. Y'all got me messed up, bro. All right, man. Anyway, let me get off that. Pause. Eliminated from the playoffs already. Jets, Cardinals, Patriots, Panthers. Speaking of the Panthers, the Patriots. Patriots and the Packers are the only teams in the NFL without a 100-yard receiving game from any player. Juju Smith-Schuster, 90. He had 90 yards in Week 14 against Pittsburgh. And then Davion Wicks had 97 last week against Tampa Bay for the most against Green Bay. So two teams that are struggling. One of them already out of the playoffs. Green Bay, we about to put y'all out of the playoffs too. So, you know, it is what it is when it comes to that. Oh, wait, yeah, I think we already played them. Yeah, I don't like Green Bay. No fan whatsoever. So, yeah, that's good news. That's bad news for them. Just wanted to shout that out. Speaking on football real quick, if you don't mind, I just want to announce this. I watch these leagues. I like to watch different leagues. Oh man, so I switched it up on myself. So give me a second. So the USFL, I don't know if you remember, USFL, United States Football League, they actually had a change recently. They currently merged with the Currently merged with the XFL, as a matter of fact. Give me a second. I'm trying to switch this. We just gonna keep going without it. So anyway, the XFL, USFL has informed USFL Players Association, which has informed its members that 4 teams from the USFL will service for 2024. Michigan, Houston, Memphis, Birmingham. Gone are Pittsburgh, New Jersey, New Orleans, and Philadelphia. The XFL had teams last year in Arlington, Houston, Orlando, San Antonio, DC, Seattle, St. Louis, and Vegas. Now, there will not be 2 teams in Houston if you heard that, so they're probably going to get rid of the XFL Houston Roughnecks. And it's going to be the Houston Stallions from the USFL, if I'm not mistaken. Presumably, 4 XFL teams will combine with the 4 surviving USFL teams to create a new 8-team league, which I believe will still be the XFL, if I'm not mistaken. The combined league is due to debut late March 2024, shortly after the NFL season ends. I love this. I supported this when the USFL was watching. I ain't go to no games, but I was watching it actively. I wouldn't mind going to some games for the Lowskis. Real talk. So, USFL, XFL, I'm actually excited for this merger. I love for it to be some type of different sport, different league, competition against the other leagues that's supposed to be professional. So I'm with that. Well, let me know what you think, though. It's probably gonna fail, but let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. We only a few weeks removed from National Football College playoffs. Got number 1 Michigan against number 5 Alabama in the Rose Bowl January 1st. Number 2 Washington against number 3 Texas. Sugar Bowl January 1st. Championship being a week away in Houston January 8th, 2024. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait for this. Oh, I can't wait for this. We all can't wait for this. Now, it's going to be a good game between Washington and Texas, but I see Washington getting it. Michigan against Alabama once again. Listen, I'm riding with Michigan, man. What you thought about to say, man? Now, I know it's going to be I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. But Alabama Roll Tide, we already know how they get down, man. So I'm hoping it's a good game and Michigan comes out on top. I honestly don't see Alabama winning at all. I see this being the year that they got exposed to. Even though they already lost, they're going to take another L. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. I think that's all that we had for today, if I'm not mistaken. So we about to go ahead and get up out of here. But if you don't mind, thinking out loud real quick, let me tell you something, man. It's a specific reason why I'm not a fan of streaming services or paying for them. See, so I have like Audible, right? That's the one thing that I did have. But I stopped paying for Audible. I had to cancel shift, save some money for the month. So there should still be some of the books that I did buy with some credits or whatever in my library, right? Downloaded. I went in there and checked recently. They removed one of my books from the library. I can't do anything about it. That's because I was paying for streaming. Even if I was continuously paying, if they take music, anything that you were streaming, listening to, that you thought you downloaded to own, they can take it from you and you can't do nothing about it. That's why I like YouTube Music. I can stream music for free, but I get commercials. Or I just buy my music straight up. Straight up albums. That's just me thinking out loud, man. Let me know what you think, though. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. That's it, man. For real. I'm about to get up out of here. Before we do that, you got to do me a favor, man. Since you got your phone out or whatever the case may be, kick it with KCMC on all social media at KIWKCMC. That's Kick It with KCMC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, not YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, all that at KIWKCMC. And show some love to my sponsor too, man. Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also at Team Elite 313. That's TEAMELITE 313. And check out their premium urban-based athleisure wear. That's t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tech fleece, jogger sets, varsity sets, and more. It's all on their website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom, baby. Appreciate you for kicking with KC. If you got this far in the video, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button. Hit the alert. So you know when we going live, and subscribe, of course. Just wanted to tell you, that's all for the free skis. If you want to flex, donate some dollars to the show so we can grow. I got my Cash App right here. I ain't about to say no name, but you can see it right there. You see that right there? All right, anyway, other than that, show some love by streaming my singles, Juice, Hands and Knees, featuring my guy, Techmatic. Everything is in the description. All the links to all the stories also. Other than that, tell a friend to tell a friend. We out.